Hey, this is Yulia and welcome to my channel. Here I talk all things living abroad, studying abroad, learning languages and much more. And today we'll be talking about Portugal. So if you're new here, well, me and my husband just moved to Portugal. If you're not new here, then yay, she's back. And I asked you on my Instagram to send me questions, so let's get started. One of the most popular questions was, how did you guys decide to move, especially when you've never visited the country? The thing is, I moved to Canada 7 years ago without ever being there. Like, I never went to Canada before I moved there. For me, it was kind of like an adventure, new experience. So this time we were like, let's do it again. I mean, life is short. You don't have much time to, go and live there for a month and then you don't like it and then you go to another place for a month, blah, blah, blah. Also, it's COVID. You cannot even go there, like to a place where you want to live and stay there to see how you're going to like it because everything is closed. The second thing, I've never heard bad things about Portugal, about Lisbon. All of the friends who went there, they've always been like, oh, it's so beautiful, it's amazing, go there. Like, Portugal has been on my bucket list for like years. So it wasn't something like, controversial, because some people are like, oh, France is so cool, but the bureaucracy, but the crime rate. With Portugal, I've never heard bad things. I mean, if you know something bad about Portugal, let me know. And another question here is, how did you overcome the fear of the unknown? For me, it's not like the fear of the unknown. It's more like a new adventure, a new chapter in our lives. We're moving to Europe. Like, we're gonna travel so much. We're gonna explore new countries, new cities. For me, it was more like a lot of excitement rather than like fear. Oh, what if I don't like it? What if this? What if that? No, I mean, I have my husband, I have my cat, I have myself. What else do I need? Like, I have everything I need. I have my home, my husband and my cat. So we'll figure it out. It's fine. I mean, I feel like I've been like this for my entire life. Like, I don't know. Another question that I got so many times, why Portugal and not Spain? Why Spain to begin with? Like, I mean, Spain is the best country in the world or something? Because I got this question at least like 20 times. People are like, oh, why are you learning Portuguese? You should learn Spanish. First of all, Spain doesn't have the same programs, immigration programs as Portugal. And after a long research, we decided that Portugal has the perfect program for us. The second thing is that Portugal doesn't require you to pass an exam. I mean, you will need a language exam, but when you'll be applying for your citizenship or permanent residency. So for now, we don't even need to take the exam. We can just get the visa, do all the paperwork, and then move. That was one of the, points, one of the reasons we chose Portugal, because especially after learning French to advanced level, I was exhausted. I was like, you know what? I don't want to learn any other language for a mark, for an exam. I just want to enjoy learning the language. So that was one of the things. Did the expectations meet the reality? No. Everyone said that Portugal is so cheap, Lisbon is so cheap. I went 5 years ago and everything was so cheap. Well, first of all, we've spent the first 2 weeks in a hotel because it was cheaper than Airbnb. What? So the hotel was 70 euros per night, while Airbnbs started at 90 or 100. What? What? Also, Lisbon is so expensive. This is crazy. Maybe 5 years ago it was cheap, but now it's more expensive than Montreal. We had a hard time finding an apartment. We've spent so much money on food, but it was kind of we didn't know the places, so now we know and we spend less. But still, we would go for a dinner and spend 80 euros for 2 people. What? And now we spend 30, 40 with a bottle of wine. Perfect. Have you traveled anywhere yet? No, not yet, because we've been busy with the apartment search, with immigration, with all that stuff. Also, we got the residency. Our card's gonna arrive in 2 to 4 weeks. So we had an appointment 5 days ago. Now we are residents of Portugal. So yeah, once we get the cards, we'll go, I guess, to Spain, because it's the closest one, but we'll see, maybe we'll go somewhere further. One thing, we don't have a car yet, so we might get a car, we might rent a car, we might import our cars, so we'll see how it goes. But 100%, once we get the cards, we'll go explore. The most important thing when moving, the most difficult thing when moving, the most important thing is planning. I literally planned every single thing, from cats, paperwork, till glasses that I wanted to take with me. It literally helps so much. Yes, it might give you an extra anxiety, because when you have lists and they never end, you're gonna be super stressed out. But for me, it's better, because I see all the stuff I need to do and I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't forget anything. I'm like following my list. I can delegate some things. So planning is the most important thing. And the hardest one is the moving process itself. It's exhausting, because first you need to pack everything, and then to take it with you, and then fly, and then find an apartment, and like finally, after a month of being everywhere, like all over the place, we have an apartment where we live. We don't have any furniture, so I'm literally filming on the empty boxes from the vacuum cleaner. Another thing, yeah, all the furniture is sold out in Portugal. IKEA has nothing, local stores have nothing. So my home office now is the boxes from the vacuum cleaner. What will you miss about Montreal? I think it's a very difficult question, and it's too early to answer it yet, because we haven't experienced much here. So I can't say, oh, I'm gonna miss that, I miss that. One thing we couldn't find here is horseradish. For some reason, they don't eat it here, but we've been told that there is one place that has it, so I'm gonna go maybe this week and check it out. And speaking of food, where's the food tastier? Again, the food is different. I can't say, oh, it's tasty in Portugal, oh, it's tasty in Canada. It's just different, you know? One thing's tastier here, another things they tastier there. The only thing I can say that veggies and fruit, they taste different here. They taste like they from the garden. I don't know how to explain. In Canada, they're more like watery, like tomatoes and cucumbers, let's say. They're all kind of like, you know, tasteless-ish, again, depending on what you buy. But here you have like this prominent taste. You know, when you go to your grandma's house and there is a tomato that tastes like tomato. That's what they have here. All right, visa questions. What visa did you get? How to get the residency permit? What documents do you need for the visa? How to get residency passport in Portugal? So it's gonna be a whole separate video about all the paperwork, about visas, all the kind of stuff. We have a D7 visa, which is made for passive income. So if you have dividends, if you have, let's say, an apartment and you rent it out, if you have some royalties, so anything that is passive, that is a D7 visa. But again, it's gonna be a whole separate video with all the steps we made. So if you're interested, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the video. As for the passport, you can apply after 5 years of living here on your, I think, residency permit. You will need to pass Portuguese. The level of the language is, I think, A2. So basically go to a store, buy something, order coffee, talk to a neighbor, kind of stuff. So it's not Canada, like Quebec, avancé. You need to be like super fluent. No, here it's, you know, kind of very easy, very easy. An interesting question is, why is housing expensive if wages are so low? So the minimum wage here in Portugal is, I think, 650, 700 euros per month, and the apartments are ridiculously expensive. The thing is, the locals, they live in the apartments that they've inherited. So basically, your grandma had an apartment, she died, your mother got the apartment, your mother died, you get the apartment. And this is how people live here, so they don't spend their salaries on renting, you know? The apartments are so expensive because Lisbon has become the IT capital whatsoever. A lot of digital nomads, a lot of IT people, developers, designers, they all come here because Portugal is amazing. You have nice weather, good food, like everything you need. And if you are a digital nomad, you can work from anywhere you want. So because of people coming from, let's say, Canada and States, the prices for apartments are increasing every year. We had a budget of 1,500 euros. We couldn't find anything. Zero. Lisbon is more expensive than Montreal. And I was like, what? But everyone said Lisbon is cheap. Well, not anymore. Now, especially in August when we came, apartments are just like gone. How do you like Portuguese people? So Portuguese people are very nice. People here are very kind. They're super, talkative. They're nice. We went to get our health card. The lady who worked there, she was super nice. We spoke for, I think, an hour or something. She was like, you Russian people, like Portuguese people, we also nice and welcoming and and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of true. Like when I have guests over, I will be like, making sure they're all fed, they all drank, like they're all good. Also, every time I go see my friends, I will bring food, drinks, whatsoever. So I guess hospitality is one of the traits that both Russian and Portuguese people have. Can you survive without Portuguese? Hell yeah, especially in Lisbon. I'm not sure about other cities, but Lisbon is 100% an English-speaking city. Of course, there are some people who will not speak English, and that's fine because Lisbon is in Portugal. So we went to a hospital to get our cards, and the lady who was doing all the paperwork, she didn't speak a word. So I had to practice my Portuguese, and I kinda explained what we needed, blah blah blah. Perfect. But in most cases, they will speak English to you because I have pale skin, light hair, light eyes, so I look like a foreigner by default. Even if I was born here, I would still look like a foreigner because I don't look Portuguese, you know what I mean? So even when I try to practice my Portuguese, people will switch to English because, I don't know, I guess it's easier. So if you want to come to Lisbon and you are not sure if you're gonna be okay without Portuguese, yeah, you will be okay. How was the flight? How was the cat? The cat is good. He's finally doing okay, sleeping in the wardrobe. The flight was good. We gave him some pills because the vet said, yeah, your cat is a bit anxious. So the flight was okay. He was in his carrier, but by the end of the flight, he was kind of what's happening? So yeah, overall, I would say he is a good boy. he did well. The flight was, I think, 6 hours, so it wasn't that bad. Also, it was an overnight flight, so my husband slept. I was with the cat, scratching him, so he's not too anxious, because they will not allow you to take the cat out of the carrier, because if the cat runs away, yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare to catch the cat. And the last question is about pros and cons of Portugal, but I feel like it's gonna be a whole separate video because it's too early to tell, we're still in this touristic kind of mood, we're still exploring and enjoying the city, the weather kind of stuff, so it's a bit hard. We haven't been to, hospitals, we didn't do the taxes, we didn't, oh yeah, we did go to immigration, but still, you need to experience the whole spectrum, of the bureaucratic system to understand how is Portugal, because for now we're eating delicious food. The weather is amazing. You can see I have so much sun in here. So it's a bit too early to say, so I'm pretty sure I'll have a whole separate video about that. And this is it for today. Thank you for watching till the very end. Or how they say, how they do in TikTok, like this. It means love. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss anything new. And I'll see you very soon. Bye!